What's up, guys? I recently sold my M&P40 full size because I wanted a gun more suitable for carry. I feel that a smaller grip gun, more of the compact models is easier to carry on the hip. It prints less, just a a little bit better for me myself. Anyway, so I sold it, went out and bought an M&P40C. I think I might have mentioned that in some of my previous videos. Well, I could only find one around. I drove up to the place and bought it, came home, started putting some rounds through it. And I noticed I had a couple problems, right? But I noticed it more and more. It wasn't a break-in problem. I shot a couple hundred rounds through it. Mostly American Eagle, some Cellar Bellet, and some Remington Golden Sabers. Well, anyway, I noticed that when I went to insert the magazine in, I just gave it a good slap in, nothing obscene, more as much as anybody does, to make sure it seated well. And I noticed that it was doing like a double feed, knocking the rounds up. And I will insert somewhere around in here. I took another video clip before I drove up there. I'll insert a clip out right here. Alright, when I get up there, I pretty much know any gun shop that I've ever been to. I haven't ever asked for myself except for with the Moise and the Gant, and that's just because I don't know where to send the Moise and the Gant back to. It's just, I don't know. They don't make them anymore. So it's just like, it's whatever. But anyway, I've heard other people get turned down. I wasn't expecting to get my money back, but sometimes gun places, if they sell you a gun, you come back the next day with the gun messed up. A lot of times, as long as you're a good customer, which I go to this place quite often, I've spent a few thousand there. I go there often enough to where they know me. And anyway, I brought some rounds with me to show them what I was doing. I showed them what I was doing. We went out back, we done it and everything with the magazines. Matter of fact, I spoke a little too soon. Both magazines do this at the same extent. So I highly doubted it was the magazine's problem, that it just got, I don't know, a bad batch or something. Well, anyway, so we brought it back in there, and he was trying to troubleshoot it or whatever. And so I was like, hey, can we take a magazine out of another gun or one off the wall or something and try this out? Because they said they stand behind their products, blah 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 blah. And we took one off the wall, a compact magazine, and we put it in, slapped the magazine shut, exact same problem. So the chances of it just being these few magazines right now seems, different batches completely, seem pretty astronomical. Well, anyway, we decided maybe just the magazines are too stiff, which is ridiculous even if that was the problem. Because, I mean, I got to half wear out the magazines before the gun's usable and safe to use? Then the gun ain't worth having to me. Well, anyway, I think he put 7 rounds in it or something. He shut it. The gun wouldn't even put the bullet in the battery the first time. Second time, if double fed. So that shot that out of the water. So then we went back in there, and he pulled a gun out of the gun counter, brand new gun, never been used. Took the magazine outside, double feed. So I don't know. And they actually have an armorer and a gunsmith there and they got him out, and he's like, I don't know what to tell you really. And so anyway, he said he'd send the gun back. I asked him, I was like, hey man, is there any way I can get my money back for this? I was like, it's not reliable. I don't even know if I'm gonna. And even he told me beforehand that I can't remember why, but he actually put his foot in his own mouth. He said beforehand, even if I do send it in and get it back, that's probably, they might not fix the right thing. You know, it's probably still gonna be messed up. So I was like, hey man, you know, I spend quite a bit of money here. I'm a good customer. You know what I'm saying? I understand y'all do what you do, whatever. It's like, is there any way I can get my money back? He goes, we'll see what we can do. He walks back in the back, does whatever, comes back, and he starts telling me what he could do, send it back, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, I can't get my money back. He's like, all refunds are final. Because the way I see it is, this is a gun shop. They got ties. If they lose a little bit of money, it's spillage. All big companies have it. This is a large chain. This is a very large chain. They got big online store, you name it. I'm not going to name the names because the guy did the best as he could. It wasn't really his policy. He was going by, you could tell, it was whoever his boss was, because he did try. But anyway, they wouldn't be losing much, and even if they did, it'd be good business. If I ran a business, if I sold a gun that was messed up, you know what I'm saying, they would have broke even on that gun by sending it back, whatever have you. Sold it back, got it fixed. They could send it back 10 times until it finally came back right, sold it used, and get what they got out of it. More than likely, they'll lose 20 bucks. You know, they just do it. It's good business. I don't know how the gun places work, but it does the customer right. Well, anyway, I even offered to take a loss on the gun. I was like, what about, man? I was like, hey man, what about, you know, y'all can send it back, do whatever to it, and I'll take a $30, $40 loss on the gun, just because at this point I don't have trust in the gun, you know. I don't got time to wait around. It's a long drive, because this is about an hour drive from my house. It's the only place I can find one. It's the only decent sized gun store with the selection that I like close to my house. I live out in the boonies, you know. Anyway, and he's like, no, we can't do that, because, you know, I even offered to take a loss and put that towards another gun, say a Glock 30 or something that about that size, you know, maybe a Springfield. Nope, can't do it. So pretty much the only thing these people done, they put a rush on it and sent it off. So this is where I'm at. I'm probably going to be waiting a couple weeks. And this, meanwhile, those that have watched my channel know that in about the last, 3-4 months, I've had to send off I've had to send off 3 guns in the last 4 months, I think. No, since February. Since February, I've had to send off 3 guns since February. It's becoming a real pain, man. These gun manufacturers, they need to do better quality assurance. I'm a little bit more teed off of this one. Not only that, it's not that the gun's bad. It's I spent money. 40 cal. I put 250 about 250 rounds full of 40 cal in it. 50 rounds Golden Saber. It's hollow point by Remington. That's about $30 a box. Spent over $100 in ammo. You know, that's $100 down the drain. Because when I get it back, I'm gonna have to redo the same process, and it still may not run good. It is what it is, guys. The M&P 40 full size, I loved it, but you got to test your guns, because the first few magazines, because when I slid the magazine in fine, it fed first few magazines. That's one of the reasons why I have this channel, guys, just to let people know the truth about different gun brands. All guns mess up. I personally don't think, either the magazine design is screwed up, or there's something in the gun that isn't working right. Something that's either, I don't know, I'm not a gunsmith. I understand a lot about gun, but their gunsmith didn't understand it either. But anyway, it's the truth. It's what you see the truth on this channel. F&H had a problem. Ruger LC9 had a problem. Smith & Wesson M&P 40 have a problem. Just like whenever I hear someone say Glocks, I'm going to go buy a Glock. I don't even got to put no rounds through it, and it's safe. I'm not saying that your Glock or your XD or whatever you have, it's not more than others, run good. Even your revolver. It is made by human hands, that people hate their job. I've worked a factory. I've worked QA. I know quality assurance. I was high up in QA quality assurance. I did quality assurance enough to where if I did stuff wrong, then it could potentially be harmful to people's lives. I've seen other people slip up, and I've caught a lot of stuff. And everything's human hands. These people are working long days. Nobody really enjoys their... Hardly any people enjoy their factory job. They're tired, and when they get home, see their kids. They're just working there for a paycheck. You know, if a gun goes out, what does it matter to them as long as it's not their gun or anything. So, just say this just goes to tell you, M&P's got an amazing reputation. But if you think you can go out and buy a Glock and not have to put any rounds through it, there could be the smallest little nick of a piece in there on the feed ramp, or the spring could have some kind of problem in it, or weak metal. You know, if it's not all made in the house, you know, who has it? It just goes to serve you that a lot of channels are fake. When you read gun magazines, M&Ps are still good guns. I'd buy a full size M&P in a heartbeat. I just don't know about this compact version yet. But you know, for another reason, I have a buddy who reads gun magazines. I have never read a gun magazine that has said anything bad about a gun, ever. I mean, maybe they might say they'll jam, but they always chuck it off to an ammo problem or something like that. Ammo problems can be pretty difficult when it comes to hollow points, but for the most part, you should feed. Unless the powder charge and velocity is majorly different, it should feed most ammo. Alright guys, let's say is what it is. Thanks.